Okay, so I'm at the Silverman School of Social Work, and I have been one of these people who have been teaching folks how to pass this test. So one of the first things I want to talk about is the need to practice taking it. Taking this test is a new skill set. You're learning a new skill set. It's a skill set you may not need very often in your life, but you need it right now. With any new skill set, what you need to do is practice. So you have to allow plenty of time and find plenty of questions and work your way through them. I think about this test in a three-pronged process. You've got content. You need to know content. You've got test-taking strategies, which is what both Myrna and Vivian talked about. You need to learn how to take it. It's kind of a formula. And then you've got to manage your anxiety. So you've got this, you've got a skill set, and you've got this. Once you get into a groove, what you begin to do is put all three of them together into some sort of whole functioning piece, process, so that you can actually then walk into the exam and know that you have attended to each separate piece, so that when you start working them together, you can sit there and it's a piece of cake. Content, I believe you're right. I believe content, you've got the content. You'll pick it up when you practice the questions. You'll remember what you've forgotten when you sit through an all-day review. Content is probably the least problematic. Test-taking strategies is it's a skill-based set. So you've heard mention being made up here of keywords. Yeah, that's something that you train yourself in practice to pick up. So that when you're reading it, it's like, oh, they're talking about the first phase of treatment. Got it. And the way you begin to hone in on those words is you've done 1,000 questions and it's second nature. Anxiety is a different issue. If I were going to leave you with one overall way to handle it, because I've got a very short period of time here, is I would say partialize and visualize. If you partialize this exam, if you walk into this exam and you sit down and you're looking at 4 hours and 170 questions, you're going to have an anxiety attack. It's overwhelming, it's too much. What you've got to learn to do is work it in discrete blocks of questions. I teach 25 questions at a time. And the reason I pick 25 is because we all know we can all work 25 questions at a time. Right? Okay. Everybody sitting here can work 25 questions. And that's all you're ever working in the 4 hours, is 25 questions. It may be your third set of 25 questions, but that's all you're going to work. The next thing you're going to do is that's partialize, right? You're partializing the exam. It's like partializing the problem. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to visualize. Visualize gets into the New Age stuff. Visualize gets into the hippy-dippy stuff. It's just, it works. So you visualize where you want to take yourselves with this test. I cannot tell you how many people have called me up right after the exam and said, oh my God, I just knew I was going to fail. I just knew I was going to fail. I'm going to fail. I said, let me guess, you failed. So if you're generating in here energy that takes you in the opposite direction you want to go, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to go in the opposite direction of where you want to go. So what you need to do is, as a part of your practice, you need to train yourselves to take yourself where you want to go. So where you want to go is you want to say, yeah, I'm done, and you want to look at that screen and you want to see past. So when I talk about visualizing, I'm not talking about visualizing yourself on an ocean with the way, that's all very nice, but it's irrelevant in this context. I'm talking about visualizing, okay, where you want to take yourself. So put in your mind's eye past and squeeze yourself in between those S's and sit there. Now you can decorate that word any way you want. You can make it your favorite color, you can make it your favorite font, you can put it in the sky with clouds, you can put it on a Volkswagen van. I don't care where you put it, but make it your own. Because that's the energy you want to be able to easily connect to keep control over your anxiety while you take this test. Okay? So, partialize and visualize are my two key principles here for managing anxiety. And I actually do think that anxiety is the killer here. Okay? So, that's my spiel.